So I'm sitting here thinking to myself, all right, where am I right now in my world? And when I am shooting videos, the process in my mind usually comes back to, well, what is happening right now in my world? What is going on in my world? Because the lessons that are coming to me at this time in my life would be present in my life in order that in the now moment of what is going on, I have drawn these to me so that I can speak on what is. So when I'm in this mode of observing what is in the moment, I am looking around me and saying, well, what lessons and what things is God presenting to me now? And then I will share and be transparent with myself about what's going on in this moment in my life. What's going on right now in my life is things are good. Things are going really, really well right now. And I have this astrologer who she breaks me up. She's been sending me all this astrological information for like 5-6 years now, and she wants me to compensate her every time. She's going to help me out. She's going to be the answer to all my problems if I pay her this money, and she'll be able to tell me these special dates that I better act now because this is only happening right now in my stars and moon sky, and this is all happening right now. Without her help, it won't happen. And that makes me laugh because I have no faith in her participation in my life to the point where I think she's actually going to influence me more than God would, because she doesn't. Because I take my orders and my messages and my instructions from God. So no one else comes above God. So in a sense, it's like asking me to put her above my belief in God, and that's why I don't answer her. But I get a kick out of her anyway. Okay, so apparently though, my sign, my stars and everything, and all the things that are going on astrologically for me, I'm in a good place. And just hearing that, is that why I'm in a good place right now? Maybe it is. Maybe those stars and the alignment of the moons and the galaxies and all those things, maybe there's something to it. Because if this is supposed to be a good time for me, it is. It's a good time. Things are working out well. We're being cared for. My husband's got work, and he's doing well because he's so smart. And we are good things are coming to us. Good things are coming to us, and it's I'm really doing well in my studying of Hebrew. I'm really reconnecting with the happy. I'm working out, practicing hot yoga again. I'm back to doing some yoga, which is wonderful. But things are going good, and I'm asking or thinking, okay, things can go good for a while, but sometimes in the back of our minds, don't we go, hey, wait, how long's the good or the happy going to last? Maybe some of us have that experience, or I've been happy and things are going good, but other shoe's going to drop, something bad's going to happen for sure. That type of thinking and that mentality brings about more, oh no, bad things will happen. Is that a truth? I'm not sure. I'm just sharing. Right now things are good. Will bad things happen? Will problems arise? Yeah, they will. Can you control that? No, because I'm here to experience it. Right. So right now when things are going well, how's it feel? Well, it feels really good. Good meditations, yeah, peaceful, a lot of peace. I'm being contacted by spirit through dreams. I'm having dreams like I look in the mirror and I got one eye open in the middle of my forehead. I go, oh wow, I look like a cyclops. I went, oh no, wait, my third eye is open. And I'm having great dreams like that, and I'm having energies present. I can feel a shift that's going on through me. I feel like I'm being sent, like in my dreams, I'm hearing the phrase Netza Merkaba Eliyahu, and which means a connection with God and a moving up into the higher conscious levels of the 7th, 8th, 9th level, where you can speak to the extraterrestrials and the masters. So these are all good things. Those are wonderful signs to receive, and I'm very pleased about it. What it means, I don't know yet, but I will share with you. It feels good. I'm wanting to bring into myself, hey, it's going good right now. And how does that feel? How does it anchor in the feelings of how it feels when you're feeling really good right now? Yeah, a lot to be thankful for. We just had our Thanksgiving last weekend, and went well. Went really well. People are happy. And I did something silly. I was driving along and I went to the grocery store, and I passed a garage sale at a church, and I see these big 2 huge chairs, and I think to myself, I'm gonna go get those chairs. And I turned the car around. Actually, it was a truck. My car had been stolen and damaged twice, and so I was driving a Ford F-150. Wow, is that ever a great truck? Holy crap! I was driving that for like 2 weeks, and I just fell in love with it. Anyway, I had to turn it in, and I only had a day left with it. And here I see these great big chairs sitting up front of this church, and the garage sale's well over, and I turn around, I pull in and said, hey, how you doing? I said, are these chairs still for sale? Oh, yes, they're still for sale. And I said, oh, really? And yes, they are. And I said, okay, well, and I sat in them, and they're great big old-fashioned king and queen chairs. They look like 2 thrones, either for a king and queen or Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus, either one. And they were just fabulous. I sat down, and she says, oh yeah, people have been sitting in these chairs all day long, sitting down, saying, oh, so this is what it feels like to be a queen or a king. And she said, everyone sat in them. And of course, right away I'm realizing, because of the energy in the chairs, they're great chairs. They have great energy. Why else would people be attracted to them? And so they wanted $40 for the pair. I got them down to 20, and then ended up giving them 22 because it's my number. So one of my numbers. So anyway, here I am. We were loading these chairs in the back of the truck because I could at the vehicle, and I ended up taking them home. And when I was backing out, though, it's so funny because this truck, I'm not used to it, and I backed up, and here's this lady. There's only one other car in the whole frickin' parking lot. Of course, where did she decide to park? It's right behind me. So I'm backing up a little, and then I hear this voice say, you're going to hit that lady's car. I go, no, I'm not, bang. I just tapped it, and I'm going, uh-oh. Like, it was almost like I knew it, and yet it happened. Like it was going to happen, no matter what. And it did. It was kind of strange. Anyway, she comes up and goes, do you want me to move? And I said, oh, I'm so sorry. And anyway, it worked out. So now I'm home with these chairs. And here we are at Thanksgiving, long story. And we're at the Thanksgiving dinner table, and I go, we have to have those chairs. So we haul these chairs in, and there's a king and queen chair on either side. And we all sit down to our Thanksgiving dinner, and it just looked lovely. And there's my husband at the end, who, is King David and King Henry VIII in past lives. And I'm looking at my husband in his king chair. And he also plays Santa Claus. So we got it all covered, okay? And here I am looking at it at the end of the table, and I'm thinking, what fun is this? What fun that the universe provided us with thrones for Thanksgiving dinner. How incredibly awesome is it when you play in the field of the mind, when you allow the universe to entertain you and bring you everything you need, even when you didn't know you needed it. It's just I saw those chairs and something in me went, turn around. And I listened to it. I didn't argue with it. I didn't find fault with it, and I didn't dismiss it. I listened. I got those silly chairs home. And here's what's hilarious. My in-laws just sold their place, so all their furniture is at my house now. In my garage, in my basement, in my living room, everything's all over. And what does my house need the least? two more used chairs, two more pieces of furniture that don't fit in the house. Oh, I'm laughing because you can make the judgment. Oh yeah, we shouldn't be having them. I don't need any more furniture. But the truth is that furniture needed to show up. That furniture needed to show up, and it showed up at a time where it could have easily been dismissed by me. Oh, I've got all this furniture in my house. I don't need any more. I would have missed the game. I would have missed the fun and the entertainment of those chairs and the energy of those chairs and the gift that the universe was bringing me to bring me those thrones, that king and queen chair. It was just such a lovely story. I wanted to share it with you because there we were at Thanksgiving, king and queen, of our family, our children, and I just was loving my family and loving who showed up, loving that everyone was there, loving that we are so diverse in my family. Oh, my children are so different from one another. And of course then, your kids have boyfriends, girlfriends, and your kids get married, and you've got grandkids there. And one of the best things happened when I have these crystals, and I put two really nice crystals on both the chairs when I got them just to clear them. And the crystals ended up on the table, and my grandson, who's 6, comes up with me with both crystals that were sitting on both chairs and says, "Now, Grandma, now what's this crystal for?" And I looked at him, he says to me, "Is this a crystal so you can talk with God better?" And I looked at him and I said, "Why, yes it is." Like, he already knew. I didn't have to tell him. I had no specific use for it, but that's what he saw in it. And rather than correct it or tell him he was wrong or project what I wanted him to see in the stone or the crystal, he told me what he saw. And wasn't that way better than anything I could have come up with? Is this the crystal you talk to God with? I thought, oh God, I couldn't loved him more than at that moment, and been so proud of him, my little grandson, because he's such a spiritual being. Those little kids that come in right now, they have, and again, I'm just going to reiterate, I heard it from Dolores Cannon, and that they have more strands of DNA. They are more light beings. They have more capacity for love. They are here to teach us and to help us cope and love one another right now. So children right now are here to show us the way. Be loving, be respectful of children, and protect their innocence. Protect their innocence above all. That is an energy that is highly sought after. And we will guard that as parents. We will guard that innocence as best as we can and as responsibly as we can. That's kind of coming through pretty strong there, isn't it? So I'll go back to what we started with, and that is what is happening right now in your life. What is going on around you is the basis for what is to be dealt with. We draw situations and bring people into our lives to deal with the karma we're here to deal with at this time. So there's no mistakes. Anything that's happening in your life, there is no mistake on it. It's all planned. Move into that acceptance. Choose that belief. Choose that truth as a guideline for your belief system. Everything that is happening is meant to be happening. And then you don't argue with it. And now you go, okay, why is this happening? And yes, this is happening. I'm going to stop arguing with it. Now I'm going to surrender to it. Because we think we know. We think we know better than the universe. And so we argue with what is all the time. All the time. So if you think things should be different than they are, you're trying to control. If you think people should be different than how they are being right now, you're trying to control. I just answered my own question. I think someone should be different than they are being right now. And knowing I can't change them no matter what I say or do, even if I were to write them, a strongly worded letter, would they hear it? Would they be able to understand it? Probably not. So perhaps the best thing is to pray for them, that they can come to know God, but also knowing you can't change them, just limit your time there. And try to send them love. I think that's what Christ, Yeshua, wanted us to know more than anything that one of those powerful things you can do is pray for someone else who you would perceive as your enemy. Because it's an illusion that someone is an enemy. They're just loving themselves and loving you enough to allow themselves to be used for the dark side to come through so you can learn your lesson. Wow. Why would someone do that for me? Why would somebody risk walking a lifetime without knowing God or being in God's company and knowing that love and safety? Why would somebody choose to walk this journey without that? Could they possibly be the people that love you so much they'll allow the negative to come through them so that you can learn the lessons you're here to learn, and they volunteered to be the bad guy? That would mean I'd have to forgive my mom, I'd have to forgive, this person and that person for acting badly and hurting me or saying things that are hurtful and negative. I would have to forgive them if I had that awareness that, could they really be that, though? Could they really be beings that loved me so much that they volunteered to come down and be the bad guy for me, to help me learn my lessons? Oh, but I'm so perfect. But I just got this handle and I'm better than them because I don't do this and I don't hurt people. Maybe you did in a past life. Maybe you've hurt a lot of people and you're here to experience what it feels like being around yourself. Maybe that's why we have such a tough time with negative people, as they mirror something negative in us that we don't want to see. We don't want to deal with. Yeah, wow, I have to hear that. I have to hear that. What is it I don't want to see about myself? That this negative person, she's hurting people I love. How do I stop her from doing that? Can I stop her from doing that? And then am I supposed to stop her from doing that? Am I supposed to stop her from being that far away from God? Seeing that she's so unconscious. So the question is then, how can we help someone who was blatantly unconscious and hurting everyone and, being destructive, not believing in God? What? You don't believe in God? Well, I'm better than you and you don't deserve this and that. Judgment. What if they're so lost, and if they were to receive awareness, what do you think the first thing is they would say to you if they were if they were able to see the world through your eyes and know it from your world inside, and they could actually see themselves through your eyes and had your awareness, what do you think the first thing would be that they would do? Well, the first thing I would do, if I received the awareness that I was hurting someone, and then all of a sudden I went, oh my God, look at how I've been being. Look how unconscious I've been. I've been so unconscious and unaware that I've been doing this and this and this, and I couldn't even see myself doing it. I couldn't even see that I was being this person. Oh my God, I feel so bad about my behavior and how I acted. I feel so bad that I would be that person, and I'm ashamed of myself that I allowed myself to sink so low and to listen to such negativity about the angels around me that God has sent to help me on this journey. All I could see was my darkness, and all I could see was darkness in you, and I'm so sorry I hurt you. That's the first thing I would do. I would apologize if I had the awareness of who I was and that I was hurting people. But if they don't have the awareness and the conscious awareness of how they're hurting people, then how can they apologize? How can they see themselves? They cannot. They cannot. So why do you think you get the awareness of how it is they're being and they don't? With more awareness becomes more responsibility. So when you are seeing someone who is dysfunctional, unaware, and unconscious, and you can tell that by their negative actions, what's the only thing, what's the option that you have that will break that unconsciousness and that lack of awareness down? What's the best weapon to use? Love. Right? Love them. Love them Ask God to love them. Ask God to bring them awareness. Ask God to wake them up should He choose. And if their karma is to be that unconscious being, if their journey is to be that unconscious being, have compassion for them that they chose that. But maybe the reason behind it is because they are here to give that mirror to you, or to help you resolve an issue that you have yet to resolve, which could be something as standing up for yourself and choosing something better company, healthier environment. Sometimes we have to walk away from those negative people because we want to be in a loving frequency, in a loving environment. And that's okay to do that. Seek that out. Then you'll feel a lot better. You'll probably you'll be more in alignment with your purpose when you're coming from higher frequencies and vibrations of self-love, because then you'll be guided to that knowing. You'll be given that awareness. And if you're on that path where you want to know your life purpose and receive that awareness, then you'll do that. You will seek out people of a higher frequency and a vibration. And when you're vibrating at that level of love and kindness and you're on your journey seeking, the teachers will come. The teachers will come. The teachers will come. There, I guess that's it. Right now things are good.